I work as a web designer and I really enjoy my job. Sometimes, like I did last week, I have projects that I would like to spend my entire day on. But I also want to work on this YouTube channel, so I stick to my 40-hour work week, so 9 to 5, and then I work on YouTube afterwards. But I also want to go to the gym 1 hour in the morning. I also want to spend time with my family and my girlfriend. And of course, I also have to take time off. I have to take breaks, otherwise I'll be burnt out. Like me, you probably went to sleep one night thinking that tomorrow you'll have the perfectly balanced day. You'll wake up, go to the gym for an hour, grab coffee with an old friend, and you'll get to work, you'll have a solid day at work, maybe even go out for lunch with some of your friends, come back to work, not think about work, of course, you'll have a really good evening with your family, and well, it just doesn't happen. And that can lead to us feeling demotivated and waking up thinking about work, having a not so good, not so productive day at work, coming back home and thinking about work again, not feeling fully in the moment with your family. And this is now even worse because now most of us work from home, and so balancing work and life is getting even harder because it's harder to separate work life from our more regular life. The first step to having a good work-life balance is to reshape the way that we think of work-life balance. The goal shouldn't be to expect to have the perfect day every single day, wake up on time, go 8 hours at your job and then come back and have a perfect evening every single day. That's just not really realistic because every day is not going to be the same, and in a way that's what makes life beautiful. This issue really comes down to perfectionism. We aim for a perfectly balanced day, perfectly balanced life. But the thing is that perfection is a really thin line. I even had a teacher in the design school that would never give us 100%, even if we had no mistakes. And his point was, what even is perfection? And while it was a bit frustrating, it actually makes sense. And if you're trying to have the perfect day every single day, that means that every single mistake is a failure. Like if you're aiming for the perfect morning and you end up snoozing because you're too tired, or even if you wake up just 5 minutes late, that means that you failed. If you aim to leave work at 5, well, it means that you failed. And even if you had the perfect week all week long and on Friday you leave 5 minutes after work because you had something come up, it means that you failed because it's not perfect anymore. So we need to stop thinking about this balance as being perfect, and we need to aim for just good balance instead. Remember also that balance is not achieved over a single day, but rather over time. So we should aim for good balance, even a really good balance, but not for perfection. And there are many ways we can make this process easier. The first one is to start small, because we all have the same 24-hour in a day. And let's say you decide that you want to wake up and go work out for an hour in the morning. Well, you add an hour to work out, but then it also means that you need to take out an hour of something else. So you're kind of making a change of 2 hours, and over a week that leads to feeling like you've maybe lost 7 hours, gained 7-hour workout of course. But let's say you used to spend that time watching your favorite Netflix show, it means that you have 7 hours less to do so. So it's a bit hard to just make that switch just like that. You need to start by making small changes, kind of like building habits. So let's say you want to work out, make your goal so small that you cannot not do it. So you could start by working out 10 minutes a day and then building your way up from there. And the same can be done for anything else. Let's say you're trying to start a YouTube channel, you'll see really fast that it takes a lot of time. And maybe that instead of posting 2 videos a week at the beginning, you could start by working like 15 minutes on your YouTube channel every single day. And you'll be able to post maybe once every week or every other week. But the point is that you'll be able to start from smaller and build from there to be able to work more on what it is that you want to work on. There are a few things that we shouldn't move or try to dig into if you're trying to add new parts to your daily life. Some examples are your 8 hours of sleep. That's really crucial, so you should never dig into that if you're trying to get another hour to work on something else. And there are also other things that are really hard to dig into, like work. For most of us, rather than digging time out of work to do other things that we want to do, it's usually the opposite way, right? It's usually work that takes on too much time. And when we talk about work-life balance, for most people, this usually means less work and more life. For some of us, it feels really hard to disconnect from work once you get back home, and even more now that we work from home. But thankfully, there are systems that we can work on to make this easier. These systems can really work for any part of your work-life balance. Let's say you're trying to go to the gym more often, You can have a buddy that comes with you and he'll hold you accountable. Maybe you're someone where you'll just need to have a habit app. Well, you'll track your habits and that'll work for you. A really good way to disconnect from work is to have a wind down routine. So that can be your commute, or if you're stuck at home like I am, it could be just like cleaning up your stuff after work, or it could be going to the gym or something like this. Just have a clear separation, and you'll see that your brain actually does a lot of it connects a lot of different things together, even if they're not directly connected. So if you have this separation, it will really help. For me, work-life balance isn't really separated. It's more about integrating the two together. So I work at my job from 8 to 4. I go to the gym and then I work on personal projects like YouTube or clients' projects. These are things that I really enjoy doing, so I don't want to just stop doing them. But I also want to make sure that I still have time to spend with my girlfriend, my family, take breaks and all of that. So I've built myself some systems that help me. One of the things that I've been doing that really helps to kind of separate those aspects of my life is to play around with the moods that I can create with those lights that you see everywhere. So I can have different moods for different things. So when I'm at work, I have this bright and orange vibe, which helps me feel more creative, more energized. When I'm working later in the evening, usually on either YouTube, my client project and all of that, I have this color scheme here. It's a bit more calm, but I still helps me focus. And of course, all the studio for when I'm filming these videos. I've also been using an app called Timo to block my time. And Timo is really nice because it's like a timer basically. So you could say, I want to work on this from that time to that time. You can also add tasks if you want to. And I just keep this app open on my iPad when I'm working. So this way I know how much time I have left to work on my task. When is the next one coming? And it really helps me to clarify the time that I spend on each of these areas of my life. You can also have rules that will help you. Me and my girlfriend have a rule where at a certain time, we close all of our devices and we just spend together time. So I don't work from that time. And it's been really helpful. We've been having way better evenings. We listen to series and we're way more involved. Remember to include rest time in your work-life balance. If you manage to balance that properly, you'll see that you'll have better time in your personal life and you'll be a lot more productive during your work time because you'll be rested. If you need help building new habits for your work-life balance, you can check out this video that I made on the how to hack the habit loop to build new habits, and leave a comment down below if you have any other useful tips. And remember to have a really good day but not a perfect day. I'll see you in the next video.